Welcome everyone to something a bit different what I normally do. This is my first ever Skyrim build. It's the Skeleton King. I've been working on this for about a month or two now. Um, I'll be going through pretty much. I'll be making probably more builds in the future as well, but I'll be going through sort of the backstory or also lore reasons or lore backstory, whatever you prefer to call it. Um, That'll be at the start. Then throughout it I'll show you some gameplay of fighting a dragon on legendary difficulty. Um, then at the end, nearly I'll be going through Solitude and not Solitude, Windhelm, and showing everyone how powerful this build can be if sort of follow the steps I go through. Now, I will note this is unscripted. I've got nothing written down. I've got bits and pieces that I know what I need to go, but again, I haven't got nothing written down just because of I couldn't think of exactly what to write down. So I'll just go with what I know of me build, which again it can be a pretty powerful build, but only with the mods that I have with it. Without any more, uh, this is the Skeleton King build. Here is the backstory of the Skeleton King. One day while exploring an old ruin, you find a mystical necklace. Thinking you should put it on, you look over it for a few minutes. Seeing that it's very old and it has a skull in the middle of it, you're very wary for a while. After a while, you decide to put it on, and that's where everything goes dark. Next, when you open your eyes, you find out you are now a warlock's thrall. Not knowing what events were held up within that time of you were asleep, you kill the warlock and escape. When you find out you're out in the sunlight, you feel as though you are still human, but something is different. Then later on at night, you find out what happened. You go to the ritual stone, thinking there could be answers there, and you find out there is more necromancers. And then you find out that the amulet you put on is no ordinary necklace. It is one to turn anyone into a skeleton. But for some reason, it turned you into something different, more than a normal skeleton. It gave you great power, enough power to command armies of skeletons and armies of the undead. Knowing full well that you can command armies of the undead, you think should use your powers for good or evil. But that is for you to decide. Will you choose the path of good, or will you destroy everything in your path? That is the choice you must make. So the mods I used for this build, this is the mod loader I have it in right now, which I haven't had no conflicts with it, so it should work for everyone else. First mod is Unofficial Skyrim Edition patch. I can't remember if I needed that for what mod. It might have been. I can't actually remember. I do have Cheat Room, but that's for later on. That's just for leveling up the character. After the Unofficial Skyrim patch, I've got Undead Fix, Ordinator Perks of Skyrim, which is kind of in a sense, the body of this build. Because without that, I would not be able to do the summoning in all the sort of skeletons I have, which right now I've got 8 skeletons. The main perks you need in that is obviously Conjuration. Now, a good thing with that perks or Ordinator is one of the skill tree I've gone up helps with normal summonings of like the ritual stone, and then adds the ability to add in my own skeletons that don't actually account to followers. But one of the main perks you need at first off is to have first perk point in gives an extra skeleton per 100 magicka. Then next is another perk in that lowers it to 50. So you have the again, say 200 magicka, you can have with all like 2 perks in that, you can have 4 skeletons, which is great. Depending on what skeleton you want, you can have mages or warriors. Would have been good with archers, but I don't have that. Next is craft everything. The only reason why I have that, well, it's not a cheap mod at all. It just makes it so like the stuff that you can't, like armors, not really armors, more like clothing that you normally couldn't get, or they're like quest things that you can have temporary, you can have. Because main thing with that I got was the Mystic tuning gloves. Because I've always liked the looks of them and they look amazing. But you can't actually keep them. Well, you can, but you have to keep the quest, which is annoying. Next is Face Mask of Skyrim. This, depending on it again, with that, the beard on my character, I found it goes through the mask. So if you want to change up your character, you can. You don't have to look exactly like this character. You can do it. Preferably stay in the race of Breton, just because of their ability of dragon skin, what also absorbs magicka, which I'll get into why I've chose that race later. And they also get a free familiar summoning spell at the start of the game, which helps us level up your conjuration. Next is of course cheat room, but the only reason why I got cheat room for anyone who wants to know is to level up my characters, so I don't have to do the endless hours of sort of trying to level them up normally, just because they are builds. For in case anyone is wondering why I have that. You don't even have to as well. You don't even have to have cheat room to level up. You can do it like I know a lot of people use it for if they get like stuck between a couple of rocks, which it can happen, like in a cave. It's fine if it's outside, but if it's in a cave, you can't fast travel. With cheat room, you can fast travel there and then fast travel back to the start of the dungeon, which is good, especially if you haven't saved in like 2 hours. And the last mod is alternate start, which with the backstory, you want to go with the uh, Warlock's Thrall as well for this, which is kind of, in a sense, the most important in a sense, I suppose. Again, you can't go any way with it. You don't. This is only like if you want to play it like lore reasons with that. So that's pretty much all the mods. I think that's all I'm gonna go through with the mods. Oh, wait, no, that's right. And the weapons and armor technically don't have to have any weapons. You can if you want, but the build's more of you sit back and heal your stuff and heal yourself. Um, sort of thing. It's not really a fighting build. It's more of something again legendary difficulty. Um, but then the 2 stones, the bits of armor. I've got the ethereal crown. I was gonna have the jagged crown on top, which I know there's a way to do that, but it's the way the build works is you only equip the ethereal crown with a couple of the standing stones, the ritual stone, to get it to work. I'll show that probably later on in the video. Well, actually, I might put it in a right now actually. So pretty much what you first do is you go up to the ritual stone first. You kill the necromancer there, and make sure this is the most important part. Make sure you have the crown on. Activate the ritual stone, and then next place you want to go is to the astronaut stone. Now the reason why I've got the astronaut stone for is to get I think it's plus 50 magicka you get. Not magicka, plus 25 magical absorb, which you get up to 50 with your dragon hide, or it might be actually up to. It might be actually no. I think ordinator, not ordinator. Astronaut stone gives a bit more. I think it's either 25 or 50, and a few more stuff from other DLCs you can get to. You won't take any magical damage, but that's not in this build. I'm just having those two because again the alternator, the astronaut stone does make it so when conjuring normal like conjurations, they have a chance to fail. but that's fine for the reason of you're not going to be summoning stuff like that by the time you have this stone. But that's pretty much all the weapons and armor. So it's pretty much the crown, the gloves, torn trousers, um, gloves and shoes if you want them. Gloves and I know gloves are already taken by the magical gloves, and then shoes or whatever you really want it to be. So that'll be all for the perks and armor. So that's pretty much the whole build in its final form, pretty much. I hope you have enjoyed it, the video, and hopefully you will enjoy the build if you play it. If you do end up playing it and enjoying it, leave a comment and a like, because if I get enough likes or comments on this video, I'll probably start making more build videos, because I've got a few more in mind. Not gonna say what they are, but they're different to the normal builds other people sort of make. But for last of this video, like I said at the start, I'm gonna have the showing how powerful they are by going through Windhelm and showing everyone how sort of roughly, depending on how you do it, or sort of how quickly you can get them to go through a town. Best option, I would say, actually, for finish this off, extra mods if you want to. Open City of Skyrim, I would in a lot of ways highly recommend having that, because as it says, it opens it up. But if you have too many undead, it might crash your game. But if you want to do like a let's play of like sort of kill everyone let's play, that would be the mod to get as well, because it takes out loading screen, but also puts more pressure on your gaming system because of it's loading in all the city. Just keep that in mind for anyone who might want to use Open Cities of Skyrim, but it is a good mod to use with this. But that's all for this build, and I will put on the fighting at Solitude.
Is yours. I submit. Victory is yours. I submit.
some flowers? Please?
Someone's being attacked! I'm being attacked! Help me! What you want?
Kill.